Hey, real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. How are you doing back there behind the microphone and all the control panels? What's going on, man?
I'm feeling a little claustrophobic for some reason.
You are?
Yeah, because we've got a bunch of people here, but I feel good. It's a good kind of claustrophobic.
We do, but we have an exciting group with us.
We do.
We have Kevin Owens and Joshua Hill, co-founders of Real Growth. How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Good. Oh, we also have Susan Cunningham.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
She is in the corner.
She's back in the corner. She got in trouble.
Yes.
Anyway. So what's going on, guys?
Not much.
I hear that you have some exciting things going and happening and launching, and so we're going to hear all about it, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're here to talk about.
That's right. So why don't we start first with telling the agents a little bit of history, like how long you guys have been in business, or real estate, I guess, right? And what got you into it? So who wants to start?
So I'm Joshua Hill, and I'm a realtor, and have been since 2007, and joined my family team, the Hill Group. At that time, I started as their transaction manager, and over those approximately 12 years, I've worked my way through the team, acting as their buyer's agent, as their listing agent, and now I'm sort of helping to lead the team, help us grow from where we were last year.
Sweet.
Yeah,
sounds great, man.
And
so you started right before.
Yeah.
Fun really got started, right?
I had a couple minutes of greatness, and then
awesome.
Literally
These house
2 minutes.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
And then I started.
And I was like, is this how easy it is? and then a fallback.
And then all of a sudden, short sales.
Yeah, no, it's a great. Honestly, I say it's a great time for an agent to start in the business. If you can make it in 2009, 2010, 2011, you can make it anytime.
Absolutely. How about you, Kevin?
I started just after Josh, 2008. I was actually in real estate school in 2007, but I got licensed in 2008. And I came in, and of course, everybody was still talking about, oh, you don't have to put up a sign in the front yard. You are writing contracts on the hood of a car, and blah, blah, blah. And I started, and I'm like, I wasn't seeing any of that, of course. So my history is a little bit different than Josh's. I am a solo agent. I've been a solo agent since the beginning. In 2008, I kind of had to really put the, pedal to the metal and get going just to make some money. So I was doing a bunch of short sales at the beginning, which I think everyone ended up being a short sale master quickly.
There we go. Yes.
So that's kind of how I started. I knew I ultimately wanted to work in the luxury market, but at that point in time, obviously, it was a little bit different. So kind of started that way. And like Josh said, I agree with him. I think that, a great time for a new agent to start is during a downturn, because you kind of have to go back to basics and learn, how to do everything.
Sure.
So,
could you imagine real estate agents that get their license on, what was it, like September 16th, and then on September 17th, Lehman Brothers goes bankrupt?
Yeah.
That would have been probably the worst, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, when I was in real estate school, it was still like standing room only, because people were still, they thought it was going to continue. And it was crazy. You couldn't even get a seat in the room. And then, of course, all those people got out of it very quickly. So I stuck with it and kind of hung in there.
All right. Well, tell us, I guess let's move on to Real Growth, because I know that's what we're here for today.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's, I guess, give us a little intro on what Real Growth is.
So, as we said, Kevin and I have been agents for over 10 years now, and over the last few years, we've started to serve as mentors to other new agents in our office, and we try to keep ourselves to only working with one mentee at a time. And despite that, we still have new agents constantly joining the office and popping into our offices, asking for advice on, this negotiation or how to start a geographic farm, which Kevin does excellently. And we found that it's just not, it's a very difficult use of our time to try to help more than one agent one-on-one every week at a time. And so we thought of this. We decided to start a coaching program where we could help more agents at one time in a workshop style class.
Yeah, it's probably easier than cloning yourself.
Yeah,
we tried that first, and then when that didn't work out.
And I think we're both passionate about helping people. It's just obviously, we're top producing agents. We can't, be helping people all day long. We still need to sell houses and all that fun stuff. So
we want to help people all day long.
Yeah,
but mostly clients first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we felt like this was a good answer to kind of what we were seeing, and since we both enjoy it, and we both obviously have been in the market very similar amounts of time.
Sure.
I like to think that Josh and I get along very well, so we like to hang out together and work together and stuff like that.
Right.
So we thought it was a good option for the two of
Well,
us.
and I think it's it is refreshing that the two of you have real estate experience, obviously, and you're very successful now too. I mean, you've grown your own businesses, and now you're offering the coaching, right? I know a lot of coaches out there might not necessarily have been in real estate, or maybe are no longer in real estate, but you guys are kind of saying, okay, we want to offer coaching to real estate agents by real estate agents. I really like that concept.
Exactly.
A lot. So
Yeah, that's sort of one of the reasons we started thinking more about this, is because we attend a lot of the same conferences together, and in fact, we just attended another one recently, and we walked away thinking there was a lot of theory, which is okay and important, but it didn't seem like it was coming from a practical place from an agent who's actually sold in the last 10 years or let alone 20 years. And that's what we want to provide. Not that there's anything wrong with theory. There's a place for that, absolutely. And our coaching will include some of it. But we want to provide practical steps that agents can use today.
Right.
That we're giving the same advice that we're giving to our mentees.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of brokerages, have new agent training programs, things like that. I think all of that's important. Obviously, that's, we both went through that. But I think agents want to hear from agents who are working in today's market, as opposed to, someone who, like you said, sold decades ago,
right.
Or might not have ever sold a house before. So our coaching program is going to be very takeaway rich. It's we're kind of eliminating the fluff, if you will, of a lot of the other coaching programs, and just giving people the things that they need to know that they can put into practice today. So it's very actionable.
Real things.
Real
things. From real growth.
From
real estate agents.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just thinking, it's a lot of those shiny object, you do this, do that, post here, post there, post everywhere, right? I mean, that draws people in, I think, but at the end of the day, I think a lot of them...
Is it going to bring me business?
Yeah. Well, not only that, but are they even going to do it?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, like, I think, when you do go to a 3-day conference, you kind of get overwhelmed, and you may make a list of the top 3-5 things that you want to do, but, we all know that 90% of people don't go back and do it. So that's why, our workshops are going to be an hour long. It's going to be, very takeaway rich, like I said. So it's stuff that you can put into practice right away.
Yeah.
Not stuff that you have to, maybe stew on for a couple months, and then by then you've moved on to something else. And we all know that there's no silver bullet to, change anyone's business, but the idea is we're giving you the tools and the resources that can help you boost your business. Obviously, it's up to you if you're going to put them into practice or not. But these are things that have worked for both Josh and myself. It's things that we really do. It's not, we definitely practice what we preach is the best way to put it. So it's stuff that's worked for us. And, we want to share that with other people.
Okay. Do you mind, give maybe a couple examples of what has worked for you guys?
Want to know.
Absolutely. So this first workshop we're going to be teaching on March 28th from 3 to 4 p.m. Is titled Words That Work. And so we're going to have that hour-long seminar broken into sort of 2 segments. One from a more mindset standpoint, giving our agents affirmations and ways to forgive me.
Boost your business.
Yeah.
Through your mindset.
Yep.
it. Okay.
And then also giving clients, our agents, practical words that they can use with their clients. So everything from email content to share with clients, possibly from day one as a lead, all the way to how we speak to our clients about the market, actual words that work. Speaking with clients every day.
Objection handling.
Yeah.
One of the things too that we're including is neurolinguistic programming.
I was about to mention that.
And the words that just how to change a couple of the words that we use on a daily basis with your clients to get people to connect with you better. That's one of the important things. And with the event, one of the things that we're saying is we're going to teach you the number one hack to get your buyer's offer accepted, and it's literally just changing a couple words. So we're going to teach agents those kinds of things, things that we do in our business every day, like I said. So that's the first workshop. The second one is in April, and that one is called Shift Happens. And it's how to bulletproof your business for the changing market. So obviously, we've been doing this a long time, and we know that the market's probably going to be changing here shortly. So we're kind of focusing on things that you can do now to prepare yourself for the changing market.
Do you want to tell us how shortly? No, Steve.
I don't know if anybody has that answer, but I know what my answer is and what I'm preparing for. But
Well, we can wait till after we record it.
and then in May, we're doing Being Your Own Boss, and it's about self-discipline, time management, and business planning to help you succeed.
That's a big one.
Yep. So we have met with several people before, we obviously put this together, management, brokers, that kind of thing, and ask them what their agents are asking for help with. And all of our topics are kind of coming from that.
Okay.
We actually have a full list, but we prioritized it based on what people told us their agents need help with.
They didn't tell you how to start an Instagram account? I'm just teasing. I know there's some value probably out there, and some people I know that are actually having some success, but it takes a lot of work.
It does,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Our training is probably going to start after you know what Instagram is, and that you should have an
Got
account.
it. So with the words thing, I mean, are these words too that they could utilize for some of their posts, their social media,
Definitely.
their
Absolutely.
videos that they want to do? I mean, they want to put that into everything, texting a new client, things like that. Okay.
Absolutely. One of the concepts behind Words That Work is that there are ways you can talk about the market. There are ways you can talk about list prices and selling a home that help your clients. This is the agent talking to the client, that help your clients respond to you, engage with you, and help you build rapport faster.
So I'm curious, if I were a seller and you're talking to me, or a potential seller, and you and I are meeting, and you give me a price and I say, that's a little too high. I was thinking more like $500,000. How would you actually talk them down?
I just handled this last week. In fact, a new prospective client found us online, emailed the team asking for, if we could help them and for a market analysis. He lives out of state, so we weren't able to meet in person, and that's happening more and more, I find. I emailed him a market analysis, very detailed, several paragraphs long, explaining why I recommend this range, and then I called him to follow up, and he picked up the phone and said, wow, we were expecting approximately $75,000 higher than I had recommended. And I said, I respect that. And then I went into some Words That Work and explained to him that, I respect where he's coming from, but I'd like to explain a little bit more thoroughly why the comparables, or in my opinion, not comparables, he was relying on were not as relevant as the comparables that I had emailed him the day before. And so at the whole time, he knew that I respected him and that we were peers, and that I was trying to share with him an alternate view that he had not seen yet.
Yeah.
And he honestly, by the end of maybe a 20 to 30 minute conversation, agreed 100% with my price range, and we took the listing last weekend, and it's going great.
Cool.
And I think the important thing with that is obviously when you're talking on the phone, you don't get to have the engagement that you get to have when you're meeting with someone in person. So they can't necessarily read you, over the phone. So your words are even more critical when you're talking to them on the phone versus meeting with them
especially
in person.
with the NLP, the embedded words.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Doesn't that make more sense?
Yes.
To lower your price.
Yes.
Love that. You've done this before.
Yeah, you could teach the class.
No, thank you.
So you were
No,
able.
thank you.
Bottom line is, you were able to convince him that Zillow was wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. And unfortunately, again, this listing is a great example.
That was just that was supposed to be a funny.
Well, I mean, you're spot on
everything.
this listing, because the Zillow's estimate on this property is probably $125,000 higher than our list price. And I am sure, I mean, this I didn't underprice the listing. This is not this didn't fly off the shelves with 10 cash offers because
Sure.
we're priced so low. The Zillow's estimate is just that far off,
Right.
unfortunately.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
And he lives out of state. He's not, and just naturally, he's not as in tune with the local market. And that's okay. That's natural for someone not in the business. But I was able to demonstrate to him that these comparables were a little bit more relevant. But ultimately, it's our advice and his decision.
Right.
And one of the other things too, I think during a listing presentation, at least with the agents that I've mentored, a lot of them don't know what to say when people ask them to reduce their commission, and it ends up usually turning into the agent rolling over and agreeing to reduce their commission. So we're obviously that's the one that most people want to hear about.
Yeah,
So,
what would you say?
Well, you have to come to the workshop.
No trailer, huh?
No trailer.
But spoiler alert,
we
I
are
did not
gonna-
reduce my commission on that listing.
There
Yeah.
you go. No.
No, yeah,
That's the answer.
No is the word that works in that
No,
case.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that politely.
Yes, yeah. So that's one of the things that people have told us, they really need help with. And obviously, there's different ways to handle that too, and different coaches teach different ways. But we're going to teach you what works in our business based on our years of experience on it. So
Yeah. So do you feel like the things that you're going to be training and coaching on? I know there's a lot of agents that are fearful of the fact that Zillow is getting into the game, right? And you've got Open Door and Homey and OfferPad and all these other things out there, right? Where the general population is going to think that they can get lower commissions. So I'm assuming what you're putting together and what you're going to teach these agents, don't budge. You can do this. You're going to give them the proper information, tools, and they're going to be golden.
And
I think obviously we both come from working with a full service brokerage, so for us it's a typical 6% commission. We're not we're definitely not a discount brokerage or anything like that.
Right. Yep.
So I think if that is something that's important to agents to get that full 6% or very close to it,
or whatever you choose to charge. There is
Yeah.
no such thing as
There's no
typical.
standard.
Thank you for that.
There's no such
Thank
thing
you for
as
the
typical.
asterisk.
Yes.
If that's important, I think definitely come to the class for sure. But yeah, I think we are seeing kind of this compression in commissions right now, and kind of going back to what Josh was saying earlier. Just last week, I met with an unrepresented buyer at one of my listings, and it appeared it was going to be a dual agency situation, and he mentioned to me that he was going to run his own comps. And I am assuming probably from Zillow or Redfin or whatever. But I just found that very interesting. It's interesting that consumers are at the point now where they feel like with the technology that they have access to, that they can do what we do. And I think we need to show them our value. Obviously, Zillow is not making adjustments for, upgrades, pool, no pool, that kind of thing. And people don't understand that that's where the value is in working with an agent.
Right.
Is that we can do all that. We know how appraisals work. We know how appraisers make adjustments for different things, and that's not something a machine can do. It requires human touch. So
Yeah.
And again,
Absolutely.
obviously we keep coming back to this, but it is in how the words you use with your client when speaking about
right.
Zillow and Open Door and those companies like that. I try to explain to clients that there have always been investors and wholesalers in the market. These now just have a bigger brand name, but essentially offering the same services. When you list with our team, we will still help you solicit offers from investors and wholesalers, whether that be Open Door or a local investor who I know may offer you a better price. So we don't consider Open Door or those other types of investors, iBuyers, competition or anything that we can't collaborate with. We consider them another alternative that has been around for decades. And so actually I'm working with a potential seller client right now who thought she was only just going to solicit an offer from one of those iBuyers and just sell the house easily that way. And I'm demonstrating to her how we have helped other clients sell quickly to cash buyers, but by soliciting multiple cash offers rather than just the one or two big ones.
Oh, I like
Makes
that.
sense.
And sometimes it's
Like
even
that a
just
lot.
comparing apples to apples. I know there was a client recently that one of our colleagues was working with where they had gotten one of those offers. They got their breakdown, and when you look at the breakdown on the costs and compare it to the costs in selling with an agent, it just didn't make sense for the client. So it's about speaking to them about that and educating them. Because a lot of times when you look at the numbers and you're not looking at the other options, it may seem like a really good deal.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, great. So you have an event coming up at the end of this month,
Yes.
March 28th, right?
March 28th?
March
So
28th.
how do agents that are listening or watching, how do they get more information or sign up or what?
Super easy. HelloRealGrowth.com.
Hello, Real Growth.
HelloRealGrowth.com. You can also
That-
find us on Instagram at the same handle.
And Facebook as well. HelloRealGrowth.com will take you right to the event registration. It's through Eventbrite. It's super easy. If you're logged into Facebook, it'll automatically populate with all your stuff. So it's literally just a couple clicks and you'll be registered and ready to go.
All right. All
Good
right.
stuff.
Is that one limited to a certain number of seating, or I'm
I think
assuming
the
it might
room
be.
fits 85-ish.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
Should be fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
But we're encouraging standing room only. So if
Absolutely.
Might as well.
keep going.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I guess we can move. Anything else you want to share about the event or anything before we
No, I think that's excellent.
get going? I don't know if you want to share any pricing information
Yeah.
at some point, or
So
I
we're
don't know if you
doing
guys have-
we're doing introductory pricing on this first event, just so people can come see the value in what we're offering.
Okay.
As we kind of mentioned, we've been through the process with other coaches, so we want people to see the value and see how takeaway rich our program is, and that they're getting value for the money. So our first one, we're offering an introductory price. It's $50 early bird pricing through the site we mentioned.
all right, $50.
$50.
We want it to be
Bad.
approachable.
Come hear about all the words.
Yeah,
there
and
we
you
go.
get two of us for that price.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. That's awesome.
So $50 if you're going to buy tickets in advance. It'll be $75 at the door the day of the event. We do anticipate the prices going up after that, but we wanted everyone to kind of get an initial feel of what we're offering.
That's great. $50. They might find out the words that save a deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
there
We'll
we
be
go, right?
recording the
Definitely
event
make
as
that
well.
$50 back.
You'll be recording it.
We'll be recording the event as well,
Okay.
so that we can offer that back to anyone who wasn't able to attend, or possibly as a download to attendees who want to keep that.
Or
All right.
agents outside of Arizona. I mean, if you obviously
Yeah.
can't make it to the event physically, then we want to give them an option. as
Although,
well.
who wouldn't want to fly to Scottsdale right now?
I know,
Yeah,
right? And
that's
especially
right.
to see us.
There you go. That's right.
Well, we do have listeners in China.
Of course.
Oh, well, there
yeah,
you go.
absolutely.
Yeah, so they can, view
Not
the
sure.
recorded one.
Yeah. I don't know how that's happening, but
Yeah.
it is.
There you go.
Anyway. All right, guys. So
you guys are international.
there we go. You guys ready to get in the ring?
Uh-oh.
Sure.
we
Yeah.
go.
We
They're like,
good? All
you
right.
know.
Let's do it. Now this is more rapid fire type stuff.
Okay.
So just
Okay.
and either of you can answer or both. So
Okay.
What's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
Thoughts are things. Control your thoughts. Control your day.
Wow.
All right.
I actually like that one and agree with it too.
There,
so.
there we go. There we go. How about your favorite mobile app?
Okay, so I recommend Feedly to a lot of people that I think a lesser known app that I love and rely on every day. It helps me subscribe to a lot of news sources that I rely on. You can even subscribe to YouTube channels, which I don't think a lot of people know. So it helps me keep the content that I consume very consolidated. That way, I'm not clicking around to other websites and wondering where I might find something to read.
Right.
But the one I use the most is Instagram, so I have to go to Instagram. And Josh and I both have just recently received business from Instagram, so
That's right.
We're believers, and that's why we think it's important. So
That's amazing that Instagram reached out to you for business.
I know, right?
Yeah. Mark himself reached out to us.
That's great. No,
They do work luxury.
There you go. There you go. How about a book recommendation?
That's also tough. I read a lot. I think Conversion Code, Chris Smith, Conversion Code.
Yeah.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an excellent one. It's one of my favorite books that I recommend to agents.
Really?
All right. All right. Productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
So our team just recently migrated to RealVolve, the CRM, and I have to say that we're only approximately 2 to 3 months in, but I'm really excited about the productivity aspect to the CRM. It has a mobile app that's excellent and gives us a lot more insight into our sources of business, which clients we should be following up with next, that we really weren't seeing in our last CRM.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that thing like tracks activities and things that
Absolutely.
clients do.
It has
Right, like
intuitive
email
track.
opening and all that
It does.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of CRMs are going that route. I mean,
Yeah.
Actually does the same thing. Follow Up Boss. It's just a matter of your personal preference, which one you want to use and
Got it.
what you're looking for.
The one you use.
Absolutely.
one
The
you
best
use?
CRM to use is the one you actually use.
Exactly.
All right. Did you want to say another one? Or?
I use Follow Up Boss.
Okay.
So that's me personally, but yeah, you obviously get two different answers with that
Yes,
one.
yeah.
So
There we go. Well, hopefully we get 2 different answers on this last one. So I'm
Hey,
gonna have
Jeff,
you.
I'm curious.
Oh, go ahead.
What is your favorite?
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
We've never asked you that.
What? My favorite what?
Your favorite productivity tool.
Well, when I consulted at Infusionsoft, it was probably Infusionsoft. Right now, I like Real Geeks a lot.
Oh,
Okay.
For the
Yeah.
real estate side.
Absolutely.
Just the automation in there is great.
Love those guys.
The Facebook drops right in, text got right out. I mean, it's notification instant. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, a lot of them probably do that, but it seems like a very easy one to get started.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
for a smaller group, so you probably wouldn't use it over 5 or 6 agents.
Mm-hmm.
Once you go over that, then you're probably getting into more of the boom towns or sinks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's mine. What about you?
Cool. Oh, you don't have to ask me. You can
Okay.
answer. Okay. Let's do the next one.
Oh,
You can get me
shy
next
over
time.
He
there.
gets out of it.
I'm a little
Okay.
shy.
All right, we'll go ahead and
The Weekly Closer podcast is your answer.
Yes.
have you draw a question out of there,
Careful.
and you can both answer this.
Okay. Am I reading it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It's
you
in
can read.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Good thing I'm taking that as a psych class. Okay. Who is your favorite superhero and why?
Oh.
Good one.
Well, I'm seeing Captain Marvel coming up, so
That looks like a good one.
and she's pretty kick-ass, so we'll see.
There you go.
Looks like it.
I'd have to say I love Iron Man, and I love the tech side of his superhero capabilities. Probably because I'm attracted to tech. So
I thought you were going to say you love Iron Man because of his words.
Because
there
of his
you go.
sarcasm.
yes,
Yeah.
because he's so yes. That would have been a better answer.
That's-
We'll do that on the next show.
That's right.
Yeah, that'll be the answer on the next show.
He's a fun.
Very
he's a funny
sharp-witted.
kid.
Yeah, love that.
absolutely.
Quick.
All right. Any last things you want to say before we wrap it up today?
I think
besides
just
come out and
follow us on Hello Real Growth on Instagram, Facebook. Obviously, if you want to register for the event, just go to hellorealgrowth.com,
Okay.
and you'll be all set to register.
and Hello Real Growth on Instagram.
Yep, Instagram and Facebook. It's the same thing on both.
Yep.
So
All
for
right.
people that are on Facebook, same thing.
We'd
All
love
right.
to see you there.
Yeah.
Agents, check it out. Okay.
it out.
Also, shout out again for Susan Cunningham, security title.
Susan.
Thank you,
Yes.
Susan.
Thanks for being here. Go ahead and say something.
Something.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
All right.
I think Susan's going to be at our event too, right? You'll be there that day?
For sure.
Yeah,
She will be
she'll
there.
be there. So
All
you can
right.
say hi to
There
her
we
that
go.
day too.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, agents, until next time, this is Jeff Underwood.
And Joey Sumpaga.
Signing off. See ya.
Adios.
Thank you.
Good job.
Great job.